Okay, so last night's takeaway was that the real source of happiness is inner peace. And maybe you think when you hear that, especially if you didn't hear last night's talk, maybe you think, uh-oh, I got troubles if that's the real source of happiness, inner peace, because I don't have inner peace. And so here's the good news. Lots of good news this weekend, but the very good news is that happiness and peace are not something that you necessarily have or don't have. They're things that you train in. We are training in inner peace, which means we're training in happiness. So meditation is the tool. And like I said last night, if you feel that, or you've probably said to yourself, I can't meditate, I'm not very good at meditating, then you need to forget that. We just need to, that's just a thought, just an idea. You need to drop it. Not good compared to what? Okay, not good compared to Buddha. That's probably true. But it doesn't matter. You just, like I said, we're following the instructions. Everybody can meditate. And I really feel very, very qualified to tell you that because it took me a little while to get on board with the meditation aspect of Buddhism. It really did, just honest, full disclosure. And I would say to my teacher, can you please give me something else to do to get to enlightenment? Like, I'll do anything. I'll build a temple with my bare hands. Like, my mind is just too busy. And he just was always so patient. Just patient. No, you just have to train. You just have to train. You just, would give me different tips and tricks like I'm giving you. But mainly, it's just dropping this idea that you can't do it. The reason that we're training in meditation is because our minds are busy and distracted and unpeaceful. And so as soon as I dropped this idea that it was supposed to look a certain way or, some expectation of what I felt my meditations should be looking like, then it started to ease up and I started to really enjoy meditation. And as soon as you get this idea that it just takes a little lessening of the agitation in your mind for you to then understand that your mind can become more peaceful, that's so inspiring. Like as soon as you get that little glimpse of understanding, that insight, like, oh, my mind was really agitated and now it feels less agitated. Well, then you just keep going. You can grow that experience, expand that experience. So we have a strong habit of focusing on what disturbs our mind. By the way, I should say hello to people who are online. Sorry, I forgot about the camera. So anyone who's joining us online, I'm sorry, welcome. We have a strong habit of focusing on what disturbs our mind, right? We focus on what is agitating our mind. And the way our mind operates at the moment is that there's like this vast blue sky and one cloud appears, and we think, it's a cloudy day. We have to learn, and we will learn over time, that our mind is like this vast sky. Your mind is like a vast, clear, pure sky. Yes, there's clouds, but the clouds are not inherent to the sky, right? They're arising and dissolving due to causes and conditions. And so we train in accessing this vast sky mind and beginning to shift our identification from identifying with the various clouds that are appearing in the mind, anger, frustration, anxiety, worry. We do this shift in identifying with that to identifying with this vast, clear sky mind. So we can recognize what are the causes of happiness, which are peaceful, positive states of mind. Minds that are conducive to inner peace, right? Inner peace is the source of happiness. So minds like love and compassion, generosity, kindness, we can learn. All the many, many meditations that we can learn to help us identify with this vast sky of our mind, all of our good qualities. Meditation, sort of a working definition that we can work with to understand what meditation is familiarizing our mind with the causes of happiness. Familiarizing our mind with the causes of happiness, peaceful, positive states of mind. And like I said, there are many causes, many meditations that we can do. So the real source of happiness is inner peace. I'm going to keep repeating it over and over. Because in truth, we don't really need a lot of new information. We need to hear the same correct information over and over again until it hits our heart. The real source of happiness is inner peace. And we train in allowing ourselves to experience inner peace, this peaceful mind. Pay attention to it, hang out with it, and it grows, it expands. And then that's the wisdom that we are taking away from our meditation. Gradually, over time, through the training, because it's training, gradually over time, it becomes natural for your mind to go to a peaceful place as opposed to an agitated place. But that's going to take training because we are very, very familiar. Delusions are not natural. These distorted states of mind like anger, attachment, I'm going to talk about them today. They're not intrinsic to the mind. They're not the nature of the mind, but we're very familiar with them. We're very conditioned in following them, identifying with them. So it is going to take training. So meditation is the training. It's increasing our familiarity with peace, with tranquility. And that will open up everything for you. As soon as you start to become familiar with this quality in your own mind, then you'll start to see through your own experience that happiness is possible. Last night I spoke about the word happiness. Not an excitement. We're not talking about mental excitement. We're talking about a sense of peace. Peace and happiness, they're like the same. Happiness, contentment, well-being. So we'll learn through our own experience that change is possible from the inside out, not the other way around. We have to start doing the opposite of what we currently do.